Welcome to the channel. This tired old garage is really well overdue a makeover. It is time to give this thing some love. We spend a lot of time in here fixing cars, working on cars, modding cars, and the odd beer. We want to be somewhere nice to live in, so let's make this into something bougie. Before we get stuck into the episode, have a go at our t-shirts. We've got 7 new designs, mudmodsandbeers.com.au, and also while you're there, jump on our Instagram and follow us there too. We'd love to see you over there because we're probably a lot more currently active over there than we are on YouTube. Right, on to the episode. If you're a regular watcher of the channel, you'd have seen this garage 100 times. We do everything in here. It's had its fair share of knocks and bangs. The poor old garage door, which has been hit, I don't know how many times. The big spring on top finally broke about 6 weeks ago. Now, we've had to get a new garage door made that's a bit higher than a normal one, so it's had to be custom made. So it's coming next week. So we've had 4 or 5 weeks to plan all this out. We haven't been able to open the door in 5 weeks. Oh, it's driving me mad. Anyway, there's holes all over the wall where we drove the cruiser out one day with the canopy door open and ripped the door off the canopy and punched a massive hole in the wall. The garage door copped it that day too. We've had a big leak, which we've had to get the roof all fixed and then that all patched. And we've just got holes everywhere from over the years where we've drilled stuff in. And I got my inspo from, I guess, looking on the channel and looking on Facebook and Instagram. I found this garage that was done. It was all black walls, all black ceiling with those hexagon LED lights, and it just looked so good. So that's what we're doing. So Andy's got a mate at work who's kindly lent us a sprayer. I've never spray painted anything, so I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. So today's mission is to get all of this gear out into the carport, bog up whatever holes, and then we're gonna spray paint the whole thing black. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this finished. All right, let's get going. We've had a lot of help from a lot of people in this build too. So the magnificent Tino, who you've seen on the channel plenty of times, recently just up in Fraser. Tino is a master of many talents. He does do cornicing primarily, but he managed to turn his hand also to helping us sheet all the holes. So this new cornicing had to go up here and a big hole that had to be patched from where we had a big leak and we had to get the roof fixed. Obviously where we ripped the canopy door off over in this side, there was a big hole. So there's basically been holes all over the garage that Tino has patched. Very professionally, I have to say. We had shelving up on this side, which has all been taken off and that's been smoothed over too. So look, it's been done professionally so far. This is where the weak link comes in when I start painting. Anyway, yeah, lots of work already done, but lots and lots and lots to do. Now that the garage is finally cleared out, the plan over the next few weeks is pretty simple. First, we're prepping the walls, patching any holes, sanding everything back and getting it ready for paint. Then we'll paint the walls and ceiling black. After that, we're putting down a new super nice epoxy floor. We don't know what color we're going to go with yet, be it light or dark. We're either going to match the walls or create some contrast or match the driveway. Not sure yet. Then comes the fun part. We're going to install those hexagon LED ceiling lights. I cannot wait for them. It's going to change the whole feel of the garage. And then to finish it off, we're going to add some new cabinets and storage to get everything organized. And then maybe a slat wall on the left to store the bikes. That's the garage empty. That was a mission. I'm lucky I had Jetto, who's behind the camera, here to help. So thank you, Jetto. Everything's out in the carport, and that's going to be another, that's a future Richard problem. But the garage is now empty, so the next thing we got to do, a bit of bog here, fill the holes in of all these little screws, and then we'll go to the tip, let this dry, sand it back, and we're just about, I think, ready to start spraying, which is exciting. So on with the bog. So with the walls all bogged and it's dry, it's been about an hour. I picked this up from Bunnings, bit of a sanding block, keep everything flat. So now I'm just gonna get everything sanded and then I'll brush it all down and we will start spraying. Right, it's the next day. We ran out of daylight and masking tape last night, so tools down, but everything is sanded and ready to go. And all the masking's been done. We've masked up all the doors and windows. Obviously not the garage door because we're getting a new one shortly, but Ando is working out the spray gun and we'll probably start with the primer just to get our eye in and then we'll head into the black. Right, Ando, you confident? No. So we only primed the areas that we had patched so that we don't put the top coat directly onto the plaster and give it something to stick to. But with the prime finished, we moved on to the black. and give it a go. So we turn this back up.
Yeah, perfect. On. And then it's on.
Start at the top and work down. With the painting finished and dried, we moved on to the most expensive part of this makeover, and that is the epoxy flooring. One of the biggest mods we're going to do in this garage makeover is the floor. Now, when we moved in here 11 years ago, we did the epoxy ourselves, and it was just a Bunnings kit, and we painted it on. And look, it lasted really well, but we're going to do it properly this time. And I don't know that much about epoxy flooring, but there's a man over here, Abraham, from Perennial Floors, who does. So Abraham's just going to explain to us a little bit about what's going to happen and what we're going to get done to the floor.
Richard here has chosen our 6-coat system in a showroom finish.
Showroom.
It's UV resistant, stain resistant, and it's got very modern neutral colors, and he's gone with a bronze mica flake over the top as well.
I guess what we wanted to try and do, we were either going to go black, which I still don't know if we should have, but the grey will match the driveway a little bit more. So down the track, if we decide to paint the walls back to a neutral color, this will match better.
Yeah, we're using an Australian made and produced epoxy. It's one of the best in the industry at the moment.
So today what you're doing, you're grinding all the old stuff off first, is that right?
Yeah, so the preparation is the most important part for epoxy. We have to grind it, fill cracks, prime it with epoxy first, and then we're going to come back tomorrow and it will have something to stick to.
And then just over the days, you just layer it up, and then by the end of the week, it's going to look like that.
Yeah, for this system that we're going for, it's a 4-day system.
Right.
And it's worth the wait.
Yeah, perfect. So, let's get the epoxy done. The epoxy's nearly done. It's Saturday morning. We've got one more coat on Monday. Abraham's coming back to put the, it's called the showroom finish, I think. So this is what most normal epoxy floors apparently are finished like, but we've gone one extra layer that makes it really smooth. So we are allowed to walk on it today, which is good, because today is one of the most exciting parts of this whole reno for me, and this is hexagon LED lights for the roof. Now, we haven't obviously unboxed these yet. I got these from, I think it was Hong Kong, some shop on Instagram. I saw them, I did a bit of shopping, and I've had them for a couple of months and just didn't want to open them until we were ready to go because I'd lose bits. Andy's offered to help because he didn't want me to do it because apparently I wouldn't be able to put them up straight because I'm not that good. So we're going to get into it today. The lights are going to go up, and we're also going to change out. We've got black, all new sockets and plugs and gang switches for the garage, and we're going to run a new cable from the circuit board for the air conditioning unit too. So we've got lots going on today, but the main purpose of today is hexagon LED lights. Cannot wait. And then these are all the panels, and then we've got lots of connectors, and these are the square connectors for the surround. More connectors, 240, but Andy's going to hardwire these into the switch so we don't obviously need probably the plug end, and some hardware to fit them all to the ceiling with. All right, time to get started. Epoxy flooring is done and it looks magnificent. Abraham is an absolute master of his craft. Now, I do want to shout out to Abraham because it took him 4 days to do this, and he did a magnificent job. There was a tiny bit, I'm thinking about that long, but about that wide, where his roller, which is about that shape, went over just, I think, once too many times when it was a little bit dry, and it actually lifted a little bit of the top coat, the showroom finish off. And I didn't notice it until the next day, and it was only when you looked at it in a certain light. I sent him a text with a photograph. I said, mate, the next time you're in the area, no rush, just I'd love you to call Ron, have a look and see, you know, if there's anything you can do to patch it. He was there within 2 hours, and he ended up redoing the whole floor twice, such as his dedication to his craft. So we've ended up with this just amazing, amazing floor. So if you're in the Brisbane area and you're in the market for any sort of flooring, I'll put Abraham's business details below. Definitely contact him because you will not go wrong. I promise you that. He's absolutely brilliant, and his customer service and communication is second to none. It's another exciting day in the build of the garage. Epoxy flooring was just so good to get done. The LED lights were amazing to get done too. We're still waiting for the other connectors to arrive. I'm hoping they'll be here in the next couple of days, and we'll get the other one up here, and we've got more to go back there. Today, the exciting thing today is we start bringing everything back in. I have got a couple of new cabinets from Bunnings with drawers in and stuff, so I want everything in cupboards this time. I don't want any shelving. I want it all clean and tidy. Went down to Goldie during the week, and I got this slat walling, so that's going to go up here, and that'll hang the bikes and all sort of storage things and the MBNs down there, so that'll tidy all that up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you onto a time lapse. I'm going to start fitting everything out, and, well, not fitting out, but bringing it all in, and I'm starting to place everything and get it all back to a working garage. I'm so happy with this. It's all empty. Oh, that's not empty, but everything else is empty. I just want to put stuff in. I've spent a bit of time making sure all the doors open and close beautifully. So when I had them over there, because the floor's a bit uneven on the sides, the way they've built the garage, it never closed properly, but these ones just close beautifully. Drawers are all in, the new drawers. They came with nice rubber bottoms to it, so looking forward to putting stuff in there. Everything's empty. I've got the overhead cupboards up and in, empty. So now it's time to fill it. What you can't see just off camera out in the carport is the schmozzle that is all of our stuff that I want to all go into here behind doors, and it's neat and tidy and everything's where it should be. Look at this, so happy with it. Right, let's do a quick recap on what we've done. So we've had Abraham come and give us this diamond coat epoxy flooring, which is just schmick. Side note, it does do RC drift cars really well in here now. Moving along, we got the brand new garage door put on. The showpiece for me, apart from the epoxy flooring, is these hexagon lights. Now these are from Garages DIY. I do have a discount code for you in the link below if you want to get some of these for yourself. I have got more coming, which we'll talk about in a minute. Moving along here, we got the slat wall put up. Now, we've done this for all the bikes just to get them up off the floor, out of the way, and somewhere neat and tidy that we can all put our helmets and shoes and stuff, and it's just neat. And I think it looks pretty cool against the black of the wall. This was something I thought it wouldn't look this good. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. All right, down to the back. Now, we've repurposed, we had these two cupboards originally. We've repurposed those. I've gone back to Bunnings where all this stuff came from, and I've bought this rolling workshop with drawers underneath it, workshop bench, and the overhead cupboards, along with the old DeWalt toolbox, which we've had forever. And that kind of finishes off all the tool section. Now, the next stages, so this is really part one. Part two is going to be another video, because what we want to do is this corner here. It's a bit of a schmozzle now. It's kind of where our storage area is at the minute, but we're gonna end up, I think, putting cupboards above and below, like kitchen cupboards in black, with another worktop bench there and a TV mounted on the wall. And that'll tidy up that whole area. We've got way more hexagon lights to go in. We've got three more sets of 2-cell honeycombs to go up here, and another exact one of these to go on the other side of the garage. Now, other things we want to do is Andy, because he's in the trade and he's a Sparky and split systems, he's going to fit us a nice big split system air conditioner in here over Christmas. And we've got to mount the air hose reel yet for the air compressor up in that corner. And after that, oh, and also Andy's going to hook me up with a nice LED strip under here. We're going to put another 2-bay plug with a 3rd switch in the middle to switch that LED on and off. And he's going to hide the wires up in behind the wall, so it's going to look all neat and tidy. And then the last thing, if funds allow and the budget from the Department of Finance approves it, I'd love a big Mud Mods and Beers neon sign somewhere. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode. It is part 1, part 2 will be coming out. Please do subscribe and click that bell because you'll get notified when it comes out then. And if you have any comments about what you would do to finish this off or anything for that corner, I'd love to hear it. So in the meantime, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.